Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the Four Job Fiesta. When we last left off, we had visited the sage Guido, and he told us that we had to go to the Forest of Mua. That's the pronunciation according to the Google. So, but before we head there, we're going to go to a different forest. This forest by a lake. You can see that little dot up there to the upper left. We see the little cave to go in. And we head on in. There's two enemies in this cave. They're both pretty tough. But we were after the enemy beyond that. We had somebody in Surrogate Castle said that, hey, I went to this lake surrounded by trees, and I got turned into stone. There was this eye monster there. So, yep, that's what we're going to think. It's an optional summon. So, we're going to go get it. This optional summon can be used to get another optional summon later on or defeat it really easily. If you have a tamer in your party, a good time to use that the corner jar to capture one of these monsters here, because you can one-shot this summon coming up. So this is not the enemy that we want, the druid. These druids are annoying because they have an ability called Circle, and that removes your character from the battle, so they won't get any experience or job points. So we're going to try to just charm them and try not to remove them from the charm. We'll just focus our fire on one of them, preferably using spells, so that they don't get knocked back. So they don't get knocked back into their senses. We usually wait until they go, and then, if we are going to do an attack like with Galuf, then we can do it after they've taken their turn. Yeah, they keep half of that guy, one guy's level. Sometimes they'll actually use Circle on themselves or one of their friends, and that's really good. So we just keep him. Oh, he woke up his friend. Yeah, that could happen too. But we have angels on standby to just charm him up again. Well, that guy took care of his one buddy. So now that one in the middle is level halved a whole bunch of times. So he's much weaker, so we'll just kind of save him for last, try to get rid of the stronger one first. See, he tried to use the Circle there, but he missed. Woohoo! Let's get another Circle. So, good thing about using those spells is, if one of the druids does use that image, it's like the ninja's ability image. What the image does is it makes a copy of that character, so the next two physical attacks will automatically miss. So that guy used the Circle on himself, and he's removed from the battle. So like I said, there's two images around that guy. One now, because the first one missed, Galuf's thing missed. Now he missed again, so now if we attack him, he'll be we can hit him normally with physical attacks, but like I said, we're going to try to keep him charmed as long as possible so that he's going to turn around and use Circle on us. But there we go. So that's the first of the enemies here. You can run either 3 druids, or you can run into this next formation that I run into, a druid and an iron dress. I mean, the iron dress, if you have a tamer, you want to capture one of them. You only have to take off 1,100 hit points if you have that corner jar from that frog from the Camp Village. Oh, the old man who wanted the frog in the gold village, in the werewolf village. If you capture one of these guys and then release them in battle, they use this really strong attack, that rush attack, and it can one-shot this optional summon that we're about to fight. But we don't have that, so we're gonna have to take him out a different way. And Galuf's fully armored, and he almost took off 1,000 hit points off of him, so weak against ice, so we can just exploit that elemental weakness. Even faster with good damage. I didn't want to use her with the dancing dagger because she could potentially maybe do something we didn't want to do. We just want to get rid of that iron dress as quick as possible. So, well, there goes Angels, and he'll be back for the next fight. We just won't get any of the rewards for this fight. So It's not like the Limbo spell in Dragon Quest III, where you're sent back, your character is sent all the way back to the eatery where you gather companions back in the first town. A little kinder here in this game, so heal ourselves up here. Just in case we run into that boss. There's a random encounter, and you're not guaranteed to get into this boss, but after a little bit, after a little while, you'll eventually run into him. So just take your time if you don't get frustrated. It took me, I think, 4 or 5 battles before I got into it, so. But we can explore here. We can run into the same enemies that we grinded the last 2 battle points off of, ability points for Galuf in the last episode to max out Bard. And then there's also another new enemy. So we're filling out our bestiary as we hunt down this rare summon, or this optional summon. So there's the new enemy, the Bold Manny. It's one of those bears that looks like it's crawling out a hole in the fabric of reality. We ran into the Turtle and the Cure Beast last episode. That's what we got our last ability points from. Have Galuf Master, Bard, and turn into a knight. During this farming here, I'm trying to find that enemy, the optional summon. I end up actually getting another level for Galuf. He learns the double grip ability, so he'll have that hit twice as hard basically with the sword. Yeah, that's the level 3 knight ability, and he's only at level 2 knight. So, but that'll definitely help out for the future battle. So, although this battle is kind of tricky, that's why I said if you have a tamer, you might want to have one of them, because you can easily just finish this battle by releasing one of those iron dresses. He deals real good damage with the sword, so yeah, we have him. You want to go to, because bards usually don't have terrible weapons. Eventually, once you get some better samurai swords for Faris, the dancing dagger will probably go on to whoever our bard is. So, now when bard ain't singing, we can potentially have him do good damage. Some more mixed potions there that or mixed ingredients. Totally useless for our party. We also have another chocobo forest down there. We'll go explore that in a little bit. But we won't be able to get a chocobo in this world. We'll see why in a little bit. So yeah, Galuf just learned his double grip. So now he's gonna lose his shield, but he'll hit really, really hard with that epi. So we're gonna take the wall ring off just because, in case we need to heal, we don't want our healing bouncing back off of him. So, because this enemies that we'll be fighting basically have no spells; they're just all physical. So here we got a chocobo walk, but it's a female chocobo. We can't ride it. So, yep. Remember, Boko's a boy chocobo, a male chocobo. So that's why we were able to ride Boko in Angel's World, but not so much the female. I just keep wandering around here. Like I said, this is I think the longest I've ever had to wander around to get this guy. Usually he appears like 1 or 2 times. He's kind of like Ramu. He tends to be the highest encounter, but you know, sometimes just get bad luck. So the problem with Shote is one of the things that he does is he counters a lot of your hits with the Demon Eye, and what the Demon Eye does is it turns you into stone. So we're going to run through a lot of soft potions here. One thing we can do to kind of deal damage to him but not inflict that counterattack or suffer that counterattack is if we poison him, every time his turn comes up he will lose a bunch of poison. I would be happy just to let that happen, but he goes on I had really bad luck finding him, and then he also had really bad luck in his AI. He wasn't attacking, he was mainly using that drain spell. And unfortunately the drain can kind of outdo the poison. So the poison does a little over 300 damage. If he's draining close to 400, he's gaining hit points back. So I had to occasionally use some, take some offensive actions. But yeah, normally I'm just kind of content to let him sit here and, you know, just poison himself, basically. Because like I said, as long as he's not using the drain attack, which he tends to abuse here, yeah, he's getting like 200 hit points more from the drain. So that basically puts us back almost like 2 rounds of poison, so... And unfortunately, our regen doesn't really go all that fast. He's not cooperating with me. So. But Guild Toss does a lot of damage to him. You can also break rods. So the Guild Toss basically took off half his hit points. You say when you hit him with something physical, he will counter with that Demon's Eye, so that's why we don't want to attack him as much as possible. We want to just let the poison do its work. Yeah, magic force. I mean, magic makes him counterattack too. I think I just said physical, but no, it's anything. So yeah, we're gonna use quite a bit of soft potions here, but we picked up a bunch of them because, you know, like I said, there was that enemy a long time ago. Those enemies that were stoned, and throwing a soft potion on them just instantly defeats them. So it's good that we stocked up on all those soft potions. We should be getting pretty close to being defeated because the rod and the thing took off about 4,000 hit points total. So there we go. Let's finally finish him off. We pick up the Shoat Summon. Like the Valmu Summon, we have to go into our inventory, use it, and then it'll appear in our Esper Magic menu. So just do that. Click on Shoat. Now if we go to our Magic menu, you'll see that Shoat is the last of the level 3 Espers. So level 1 Espers you can buy in War's store. But we didn't buy them because they want to waste money on it. These enemies here are, like I said, they're kind of tough, but they give really good experience. So it's a good place to, if you want to get some levels. You know, because you're right here with the sub. The sub that has that free in. Basically, you go down here, catch a few Z's, and you can restore your hit points and your magic points. But we're not going to be doing any grinding. We're going to do what Sage Guido told us to do and head to the forest. The forest is a little bit to the south of here. It's kind of different. There's not going to be a cave entrance. We kind of gotta go under a passageway, and then rise up to the surface at the end of the passageway, and we'll surface in a lake. So there's no no caves like Guido's cave, the barrier tower, or that cave that we just went into, that optional cave. So yeah, just go to this little passage right here, press A, and then we go to the village of Mua. Where'd you come from such a far-off village? The legend says 500 years ago, something extremely beautiful sealed somewhere in the forest to the east. Greed may result in evil. Now we go over to this side here. We're gonna get a free item. It's an old weapon, the Mangosh. We got that back in the floating ruins, so it's outdated weapon, but whatchamacallit, we'll just sell it, get some extra money for it. Now there's that locked door there. Later on that door will be unlocked, and we can go in there and you have a choice of two weapons. You can only choose one. You can either choose a Brave Blade, which starts with really high attack power, but every time you run away from battle, it loses a point of attack power. Or you can get a Chicken Knife, which starts off really, really weak, but every 2 battles you run, it gains a point of attack. So the Chicken Knife tends to be better, because it'll never, even though its max power is less than the Brave Blade's max power, knives also factor in a character's agility into the damage equation. So it's not just your pure attack power, the weapon that's being considered. You're getting 2 stats as opposed to 1. Strength and agility is supposed to just strength with the sword. And you know, if you don't, you don't have to worry about accidentally weakening the Brave Blade by accidentally running away. And a Chicken Knife, yeah, there's really no downside to it, other than you have to take a few, a few battles to run away, but probably do that in like half an hour. just get into a battle, run away, and if you do it 255 times, you max out its power at 127. So we'll just sell a whole bunch of these mixing ingredients that we got, some other things too. I'm gonna buy some new armor in here, so you finally get a good upgrade to some of the armor that we've been carrying around for quite some time now. But no new weapons. Like I said, we could get a better sword for Faris, but it wouldn't. I think if we had Faris with that sword, Galuf with the Epi, and then Angels with the Dancing Dagger, we'd probably have less damage than if we had Angels with the Slumber Sword, Galuf with the Epi, and Faris with the Dancing Dagger. So we'll just keep the Dancing Dagger for now for a little bit. Here, if you're you can finally get level 5 spells, which are the level 3 type spells in Black Magic and White Magic. So you can get your Fire 3, Ice 3, Lightning 3. We can't because, you know, we don't have their class, so... No one can enter the Great Forest of Mua to the east. There's a weapon shop. They got two different things, an Elven Bow and Air Lance. That knife is good if you have a blue mage, because it actually, like the rods, increase the elemental damage of the respective elements. That air knife will increase the damage of the arrow spells. And by this point, you could have all the arrow spells, arrow 1, 2, and 3. So, buy a new Magus hat for Angels. Some diamond helmets for Faris and Galuf, and some new diamond armor for them. New robe for Angels as well. We don't want to get a new hat for, even though both these hats are probably better defensively for Lenna, because we want to keep her with that that coronet, the gold coronet, because it cuts magic point usage in half. So that's a much better benefit. So, get everybody our diamond stuff. There we go. Yeah, we're pretty much decked out. So now we're ready to go take on the forest, whatever's in the forest over there, whatever Exdeath is searching for. But we'll do that in our next episode, so take care, have a good one, and see you then. Bye!